Happy Wednesday, everyone. First, I want to hop on here and talk about this again. I keep talking about this. I'm going to keep talking about this forever and ever and ever. One of the biggest things, so this is something that I think about frequently, and actually Jerry Durham was huge for me in getting to see things a little bit differently, look at things slightly different. Realize that after years and years and years of doing this, that I was looking in the wrong place. I always thought that my business growth, hey Bert, how's it going? I always thought that my business growth was actually going to come from new patients. So I spent a lot of time trying to attract new patients, doing ads, Facebook ads, newspaper ads, getting out in the community, going and talking to doctors, going to senior centers, trying to get new people. And it worked, right? But it didn't work that well, right? One of the big things, and this is the WebPT research that they came out with, and they didn't put it in this year's State of Rehab, but they did it in last year's State of Rehab. They actually showed that 75% of your people quit on you. 75% of your patients don't complete their plan of care. They quit. They walk away from your business, right? So when you have 75% of the people walking away, what point is there in adding another 10 or 15% into the mix? It's going to have an effect, but it's going to have a small effect. If you can keep the 75% in your practice, that's where the real magic happens. That's where business growth is. Hey, Captain, how's it going? So that's where the real magic happens. That's where your business growth is. It's not in getting new people. New people aren't any good if they leave on you. Mike, how's it going, man? So new people aren't any good if they leave you. They don't do you any good. If 75% of the new people you get leave, you're fighting a losing battle. So your real leverage point, the place in your business that you can make the most money, is your current patients and getting them to stay. All right. So I was reading this statistic. This statistic's from pretty much every industry, right? 80% of your future income comes from 20% of your current customers. Think about that. 80% of what you're going to make in the future comes from 20% of your current customers. That means that 20% of them are either going to come back or they're going to go and talk about you to other people, right? It doesn't, even with your advertising, even with anything, you're working on 20% of the pie and ignoring the 80% of the pie. That doesn't make any sense. So if you can move that 20% slither from 20% to 25%, now that 80% grows by another 25%. This is where the magic is, guys. This is where it's at. This is where business growth happens. It's in your current and past people, right? If you can identify these people, if you can make them happy, and get them to refer family and friends to you, this is where everything blows up. Yeah, haircut's about 2 weeks old, Dave. But I don't know what to tell you, man. You haven't been following me very often. No, just kidding. I know you're busy, man. No, but honestly, this is so big. So every industry, 80% of your money comes from 20% of your past customers, right? 75% of your people are leaving. What happens if you move from 75% of your people not completing their plan of care to 50? So you have twice as many people. So now the 20% block, even if it stays at 20%, it's twice as big. If you move it to 30%, you're like 150% growth of your business. Like, this is everything, guys. Absolutely everything. This is where the magic happens. So what do we do? How do we do this? How do we make these people happy? We have to have some method of measurement. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So you have to have measurement. You have to measure what's in the other person's mind. It's not as complicated as you might think. That's what that Net Promoter Score is. I've talked about this a gajillion times. You need to know what's in the head of your customer. If you know what's in the head of your customer, if you know what they're thinking, now you can improve. Also, if you know what they're thinking, you know who wants to refer to you, you know who doesn't want to refer to you, you know who wants to come back, you know who doesn't want to come back, and you focus your time and efforts on those people that are going to give you the greatest return, and don't waste your time on those that aren't, right? A lead from your word of mouth, WOM, a lead from word of mouth is your cheapest lead, right? So if you get a lead from Facebook ads and ClickFunnels and all this stuff, the cost on that new evaluation is 5 times higher. The cost of that new eval is 5 times higher than one that is referred from a past patient or friend or family member or whatever. So that is your biggest leverage point. It costs you less money, and it's a bigger piece of the pie. It's going to make you more money, because I said it, I'll say it again. 80% of your money, future money, comes from 20% of your past customers, right? But somehow we always think that the magic is just in, I just need a couple more new patients. If I can go from 5 new patients a week to 7 new patients a week, man, that'd be huge for me. And 75% of them leave. It didn't move that much. So then you think the answer is, oh, I need more new patients. I got to get to 8. I got to get to 9. I got to get to 10. The problem's still there. The problem is that people are quitting on you, and you're not identifying why. You're not getting into their psyche, all right? You have to develop a relationship with that person every step. You have to cultivate that relationship. You have to measure that relationship. And then when the time is right, you have to ask that person, that relationship, to refer you a new relationship. Everybody will tell you word of mouth is their biggest thing, their biggest growth, their biggest revenue, their biggest referral source is word of mouth. Everybody will tell you this. Nobody tries to improve it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't understand why this is rocket science. Word of mouth is your biggest referral, right? That's where you get most of your patients from. But you don't do anything to improve it. You're like, oh, I just need more new patients. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing that I'm doing with my patients, and I'm going to expect that 75% of them don't leave anymore. Sounds like a great plan. What could possibly go wrong? I have no idea. And then 75% leave again. Everybody's like, well, this just must be how this business goes. That's just how it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's that we are not trying to improve it. We're not trying to improve it. First, we have to measure it. Can't measure it, you can't improve it. You measure it, then you start improving. Then you start trying things. You start trying, maybe, we'll implement a Net Promoter Score. Then maybe we'll ask for Google reviews. Then maybe, just maybe, we start really engaging with this patient when they're with us at our practice, but when they're at home. Maybe we reach out to them at home. We try to really cultivate and create a relationship. The hair still looks good. Thanks, Dave. But we really try to cultivate and create this relationship with the other person. You cultivate, you create that relationship with the other person, and guess what? That magic thing keeps happening. Now, the word of mouth referrals just keep growing and growing and growing because you're cultivating and developing relationships with people. This is all business is, people. It's not ClickFunnels. It's not Facebook ads. It's none of that crap. That crap will help you. But if you suck, you're still going to be in the same spot. You can turn that spigot on as heavy as you want. It's not going to do you any good because the holes in your bucket are just dumping out the water faster than you're putting it in, right? You have to improve your internal systems. Your systems inside of your practice have to improve, and you have to measure them to know whether you're making a change or not. So guys, let's let's try to focus on this. I'm just going to recap this really fast because it is so important. Okay. It costs 5 times as much to get a new patient from a cold patient from lead generation as it does to get one from a current or past patient. 5 times as much. 80% of your future money comes from 20% of your current or past patients. 75% of your people are leaving on you. Best case scenario. But we still somehow think that we just need a couple more new patients. Guys, this doesn't make any sense. The numbers are there. Like, this is research. This is statistics. Your past patients and current patients are what is going to grow your practice more than anything. I would love to see somebody that would be willing to go toe to toe with me with trying to add new patients or versus implementing a system to current patients. I would love to go toe to toe with them because there's no way you can't do it. It's not possible because the statistics don't lie. They don't lie. They are what they are. Your biggest leverage point in your practice is your current people. Please, guys, please reach out to them. If you, I'm not saying use my software. Do something in your practice. Talk to somebody. Find somebody that's good at this. Start learning about it yourself. You have to do something to fix your internal funnel. Your internal system, nobody's working on it. Nobody's working on it. When they do work on it, it's because, my eval no-show rate isn't what I want. Or my cancellation no-show rate isn't what I want. So I need to change that, right? But you're measuring the symptoms. You're not measuring the cause. You've got to get ahead of it. You've got to get into the head of your customer. Guys, please get in the head of your customer. So that's it. I'm done ranting. This was a flat out. This wasn't a Facebook Live. This was just a flat out rant. So, hey, thank you for those of you who checked in. If you have any questions, please down below, guys. I would be happy to discuss this. This is my jam. So, hey, everybody, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy some time with your friends and family this evening, and work your butt off.